Now the doomed and annoying documentarian went to ye shop in ye park to get ye black tea and maybe ye scone. A studenty-looking bloke with a beard and a tape recorder and microphone was prodding bushes nearby and trying to get sounds of birdsong, or maybe people copulating, but it was a bit early for that. He gave up on the bushes and got a bag from his pocket and started tossing small pinches of birdseed around to attract pigeons for some arcane reason. The birds seemed unimpressed by his equipment and ran off when he brandished his oversized microphone at them. But one bird went against the tide. Was it hungrier, or braver, or more stupid? We'll probably never know. It waddled cautiously and commenced pecking the tasty grains. It took a moment for the penny to drop, but his comrades soon noticed and tried to discourage the scab. Then, as several, they descended on him and tried to drive him off. They should have known that if he'd been mad enough to try it in the first place, he must be desperate enough to fight for it now. But no, it all escalated horribly, and before you knew it, they were all pecking the poor little blighter's head in. It was like a horrible perversion of that Edgar Broughton banger, Evening Over Rooftops, off of the Meat album. Mind you, the bloke with the tape recorder ogled the horrible spectacle aghast and rooted to the spot. Then suddenly he realised what he'd started and dove in, waving his arms and trying to drive off the angry birds. The birds had done their job well and the scab pigeon was twitching in his death agonies. Or maybe birds are like fishes and don't actually feel pain. I'm not a fucking expert. Drunk with avian gore and curious to sample the variety of a new species that descended like harbingers of doom onto the pitiful field recordist. Pretty soon he was screaming and crying and flailing around like a mad bastard as the militant birds showed him what for. They were shredding his beard. It was a shit beard in the first place. Well, it turns out that people bleed even easier than birds, and sooner or later one was going to hit an artery. It was going to turn ugly. But by now, our eroticist protagonist had finished his scone and tea and was losing interest, so he missed the end. Last thing he thought, he was pecking the poor fucker's eyes out. Fucking hell, who'd want to work in a casualty department?